Yo, what is going on, guys? It is the SGR match today with on Madden 26 video. And today, I'm going to be teaching you the best ways to get snow right now in Madden 26. In this video, I'm going to be covering the best way to get snow on the auction house by buying cards and quick selling them. I'm going to be going over how to go 10-0 in the Zero Chill event, and just basically tips and tricks with your team on how to go 10-0. In my last 41 games, I'm 40-1. If there's a way for me to prove that, or I'm either 30-1, I don't know. But I've gone 10-0 2 times in a row. I went 10-1 in one of my runs. And I think I went 10-0 before that, but I'm not totally sure. But if there's a way for me to prove that, let me know down below, because I will happily prove my record that I've gone 10-0 multiple times in a row to earn the Mike Evans, to get the 40,000 snow quick sell. Whatever I can do to prove that, let me know. If there's a way I can find that in my previous games, let me know. But yeah, I'm just going to go over a bunch of different ways here on how to get snow, and the best way to do it, and the quickest way to do it as possible before the presents refresh tomorrow. So you guys will have snow built up. You can open more presents. So that being said, let's dive straight into it. First, let's go to the auction house. Let's actually cover the best and cheapest way to get snow. It is going to be, this is just like if you don't want to play games, if you're not comfortable with yourself in the event, that you're good enough to win in the event, that's totally fine. You can buy snow at actually pretty good value. And the best way to do this here is just by going to 92, 93 overall, then go to either Zero Chill or Go Samut. Go Samut is actually cheaper right now. Like you see these Zero Chill cards are going for 290. If we go to Go Samut, I just sniped to Calvin Johnson for 240. Like, I mean, there he is, 260 right there. So you can actually buy these cards for fairly cheap. Like, this is not bad. If you buy at 240, you're probably looking at under, like what I did, but like even at 260 right here, you're looking at about 30 coins per snowflake. If you buy at 260 right here, somewhere in that ballpark, which is pretty good value. So if you're looking to just buy snow, just go to Go Samut and buy these cards right here. Get them for as cheap as possible. I just bought a Calvin for 240. See, there are snipes on here for insane value. So if you're looking to buy snow, this is probably where I do it. The cool thing about this too, you get a lot of snow and you get a lot of snow at once. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. Let's talk about the event. Right, this is the best way to get snow in the entire game. Is going to be in that Zero Chill event, going 10-0. The servers are insanely slow. I'm hear that? I'm spamming. Thank you. Can't do anything. So let's go to the event here. Do a little quick breakdown. These are the best ways to get snow. I have not played the Tier 3 one yet. I'm going to play that tonight because those tokens do refresh today. So if you want to play the Tier 1, 2, or 3 event, or the Tier 2 or 3 event, I should say, these tokens do refresh again tonight. So you can actually do this. And you actually that's weird. It says the tokens refresh, but I don't get that. So why do the tokens refresh tomorrow, but the event ends tomorrow? I don't totally get that. So maybe they extend it even longer. I'm not totally sure what they do that. But if you have any tokens left over, go play through the second and third tier. I have not played the third tier yet, but I played the second tier. You get like 40,000 snow for completing the second tier. You get 7,000 snow for completing the first tier. This is how I would run my team. These are the best tips and tricks I can give you. If you're going to run your team to go 10-0 in the event, it's not like regular Madden. It is literally a different game mode. It's not even the same sport. I mean, it is football, but it's totally different. If you are down 20-0 in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, you can still win. I was down 24-0 with like a little over 3 minutes left in the fourth. I came back and won one of the games. So because you can score a lot of points on defense, which is huge. You can score 10 points on a defensive drive easily. So let's go over abilities real quick, because it's probably the most important part of the game right now with that event. Really, your offensive abilities are not that important because you need to score on defense. That's the big thing here. Only thing I'll say, if you don't have Caleb Williams and you need a quarterback, this is your guy. You can run whatever abilities you want on him, but you don't need Gunslinger. And I'm saying this as a Bears fan, so I'm not, and I promise I'm not being biased. Okay, these two abilities I think are essential. Well, I should say set for lead I think is essential. You don't need Gunslinger on him. The other two abilities you want to put on him, or however many abilities else you want to put on him, totally optional. This is just how I play. If I throw a deep ball and a guy's wide open downfield, it better be on the money because it's a deep ball. It's probably going to be a touchdown. So I put long range Deadeye on my QB. I like to all year dashing Deadeye. I like to roll out to the right. If I'm getting blitz out of that double A gap blitz, I like to shift my offensive line to the right and then roll out to the right to buy me more time to throw deep balls. Because if you're just getting spam blitz, I still want to be able to send 5 out on my field to run routes. This gives me more time to throw deep passes and do great things. So this is my ability stack, my quarterback. Then the other thing you need, and you just need this right here. Doesn't have to be Chris Johnson. It can be whatever. I don't know what cards get Tank right now, but I think Tank is the most essential ability in the game for running back. Doesn't have to be a frozen ability. Just whatever card you can get that gets Tank. It is essential that you have Tank on a running back because you get hit stick a lot in this mode. People want to hit stick you. This gives you the ability to run the ball. You can't run the football if you don't have Tank because you're just going to hit stick. You're going to lose points. On offense, you want to throw on the sidelines a lot because then you can't get hit stick. In man coverage, you can throw whatever you want because there's not other guys in the area to hit stick you. But if they're in zone, you want to try to throw the sidelines a lot, and then just be very careful when you are, when you have the ball in your hand, when you're trying to get some yak. So that is that. Defense is the most important part of this mode. This might take a little longer to break down, but this is the most essential way to score points in the entire mode, and it's not even on offense, it's on defense. So you don't need this exact ability stack here. I have this perfected how I play the game, perfected the way you play the game. I run a lot of zones. So all these guys have the exact zone KOs that I need to run my defense. On my safeties, I have flat zone KO, and then I have a deep zone KO, right? These guys are going to be up top. They're going to play down low a little bit. Need a deep zone KO, need a flat zone KO. Essential to how you play, right? Same thing with Carmichael. It's the exact same concept here. When you look at Lawrence Taylor and Sean Taylor, these guys have the unstoppable force ability that is basically destroying the game. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of destroying the game, but it is what it is. Not sure what the best ability is here, but I think Double or Nothing's still amazing. It really just depends on how you want to play the game, and it's, but I think it's non-negotiable. If you can afford these cards, you need them, even though they do, decrease in ability later on here in a couple of days. And then with Sean Taylor, it's the exact same thing. Unstoppable force. If you want a budget one, Mean Joe Green, I think is who it is, gets one as a middle linebacker. You can put him in the blitz as well as with unstoppable force, and he's only like 70,000 coins. So if you want a Mike linebacker, pick up Mean Joe Green. I think that's the card it is. He does get unstoppable force. Same thing applies here with all my DBs down here, right? All my corners get the exact stuff, the exact things they need to play the right defense for me. Randy Moss plays my slot. He gets 5-zone KO. I put inside shade on him because I do shade inside when I do play man. My ability stack is perfect the way I play because I can play man and zone however I want to. I have the exact right player stack with the right abilities and discounted abilities for me to play this game how I want to. And you don't need the inside shade abilities. You could realistically get away with just running 0 AP knockouts, stuff like that. Even if you are spending AP on knockouts, it's still worth it. If you aren't that good at the game and you're not confident, but you have coins to spend, go ahead and get yourself bottleneck on any of these any of these corners. There are like 3 corners in the game to get bottleneck. I don't know them off the top of my head. I know Randy does, I'm pretty sure. And a couple others I know. I'm sorry I don't know off the top of my head, but I don't really play a lot of man, so I didn't even use bottleneck. But bottleneck is the best ability in the game right now for defense besides the unstoppable force abilities in the pass rushers, because you can just play press man and everyone gets locked down. I'm not gonna lie. It's really that simple. It's kind of broken. So there is that. Also, my middle linebackers, I run like, of course, mid zone KOs, and then I do run inside shade. I love manning one of my middle linebackers in a cover 3 in with a slot receiver in any type of trips formation, and then I just shade inside with a flat on the other side. So if they run a post route, slant, whatever, it's bad because I'm already shading inside. If it's a corner route and my guy gets beat in man coverage, this also prevents someone from throwing up the seam. That's the main reason I run this. But if he does run a corner route, I already have a flat 15 yards downfield that is going to prevent that corner route from getting open. So this is how I play. Mike Evans as my sub middle linebacker. I mean, Marino's cool. You can put 17 abilities on him, which is nice. And then this is like, just what I have as my specials here. Mike Evans is the best user I've ever used, like of all time. So it's basically just a very basic, brief team overview on what I would do. You can absolutely get by without using the best cards in the game just by buying some of these 90 overall like present cards. I'll go over some of those right now because these cards do get cheap like frozen KO abilities too. So we'll go over that real quick. It's going to be go some present players and the zero chill players as well. So I know like the present players a little bit, but like Cordell Patterson is pretty good from what I've heard. Haloti Nada, I don't know if he's good or not. I think my dog just packed an LTD, my bad. Yeah, my dog definitely just packed an LTD, 1 second. So if we go to some of these zero chill present players here, I will show you some of these cards that are good. This is the Too Tall Jones. I think this is the card I was talking about earlier, the Mike, the middle linebacker here that you could get. But Jamar Chase is a decent corner. Brock Bowers is a pretty good safety. He's tall. So this is actually a pretty good card, actually, that I would recommend. If you are on a budget, like this is a card that I would definitely use. He has good man and zone stats, and he should get a KO ability for fairly cheap. He does get 2 frozen buckets, I think, too. I think all these present players do get 2 frozen buckets. So that's huge. And then this Joe Flacco is pretty good as well. So you can at least make some stuff happen with like some of the cards that they give you on defense, like with some of these present players that are fairly cheap, as well as just buying some of the, you are going to have to buy some of the zero chill champions. That's kind of non-negotiable. But like it's the way it's going to be if you're going to try to go 10-0 in this event. And you do need the best, zone KOs at least, or man abilities, however you play the game, to at least go 10-0. It's going to give you the best shot. But you don't need all the best cards and best abilities in the game to go 10-0. That is by far, not true. So that's the best thing I can do for you on some of the tips and tricks for the event. Really quickly here, I just want to cover the Snow store. This does refresh once again tomorrow when this video is being posted. And in total, if you just want to buy the large and extra large stockings, if these packs are the exact same price of Snow, you're looking at about 60,000 Snow to buy out all the large stockings and all the extra large. So you're going to need a lot of Snow. You're probably going to have to go 10-0 in that 40,000 Snow event, the tier 2 event, at least once to get that 40K, or you just want to buy a bunch of players, that's totally fine too. But yeah, like if you want to spend your Snow, I would probably recommend the extra large stockings first. EA might even add some new LTDs in the game tomorrow out of the extra large stockings. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe they don't, but you can still get a pretty good shot at LTDs out of that pack. That's 450K at least for, or 350K at least for an LTD out of an extra large, which is pretty good. Also, one thing I'd really recommend, I'm gonna do this actually tonight, like after I finish recording this video, is going to be buying one of the 93 Go Somewhat fantasy packs as well as the Zero Chill fantasy pack and just take the most expensive player and then sell it. You're looking at about 500K after tax at least for taking the most expensive card out of each one of these packs. So that's 500K. Make sure you actually buy the non-BND one. So that's the BND one. Make sure you buy the 12,000 one because you can't sell this card if you buy it. But if you want one for your team and you know you can't sell it, go ahead and take this card. But yeah, I'm just going to take these two cards here and sell them and just make a quick 500K off this. Seems very worth it to me. If you have already bought the presents you want and don't want to buy any more, you've bought these two packs, I would probably just re-roll the rest of your snow into this 87 plus. I've seen people pull moss out of this, so like the wide receiver moss. So yeah, this would probably be what I'd spend my time on, my snow on, if I were you. Totally up to you though. You know, it is what it is, right? We do get a new snow refresh tomorrow though, or a new store refresh tomorrow, which is going to be huge for the extra large presents. If you guys have any questions on this video, anything I talked about today, be sure to leave a comment down below. It's kind of hard to give every single tip I had to go 10 mil multiple times in the same video. It's kind of difficult. So if you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment down below. I answer all my comments. So if you got anything, leave it down below. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe for me. Peace out.